Hello and welcome to the Metal Pack Pod, the industry's leading podcast for the global metal packaging industry. The Metal Pack Pod is brought to you by the Metal Packager, the number one digital resource for the global metal packaging market. With over 7,000 monthly users in over 150 countries globally, be sure to check us out on metalpackager.com. Today we welcome Damien Pollok, Head of Product and Application at Koenig and Bauer Metal Print. During this episode, we look ahead to the rest of 2024 and what the industry can look forward to in terms of new innovations from Koenig and Bauer. Before we begin the episode, we must give special mention to our sponsors, PPG. We're proud to partner with you and thank you for supporting the Metal Pack Pod this past year. Their range of innovative and sustainable solutions enables its customers to protect and beautify the world. Now, on to today's show.
So good morning, Damien. How are you?
Good. How about you?
Yes, very well. Thanks. Always good to chat. And it's been a little while since we've last had you on the podcast. So looking forward to an interesting discussion and also to see how the market has been during the last few months, because it's certainly been a chaotic side of things for the metal packaging industry. Obviously, we've had a period of high growth with the sustainability agenda, obviously the aftermath of COVID, and it's been a very buoyant market. But from what we're hearing from a lot of our customers, a lot of suppliers, is that the market is certainly downturned in 2023, the second half of 2023, and also into 2024. So it's a bit of a uncertain picture at the moment. But from a Koenig and Bauer perspective, it'd be good to get your take on things. So that's probably a good place to start. First, from a Koenig and Bauer perspective, and then also from a wider metal packaging market. So over to you.
So the last 12 months were extremely busy with the MedPack, with our open house events and so on. So was very busy, and especially the last 2 years were quite challenging for us. But what we see right now in the beginning of 2024, that projects are coming in, projects which were put on hold are becoming active again, and the interest and the communication from customer side is getting more and more positive. So right now we are thinking we are on a good way for 2024 and the next year. So we have a fair hope that we kind of ditch the dip, and in the next months and years will be better than, let's say, the challenging last 2 years.
In terms of Koenig and Bauer, how was the second half of last year? Was it as bad as everyone? There was lots of doom and gloom within the industry. Did you kind of harness those views as well in terms of the order book, or was it a little bit of steadying the ship and things weren't quite so bad?
Well, we call it challenging, but the last year and the second half of the last year was pretty tough, to be honest. So even for us, it was really, really tough. So this is important that we see right now that the interest is gaining up again and the market signs are becoming positive again. But yeah, we had our difficulties in the last year for sure.
Yeah, and in terms of the wider can making market, what's the feedback been from your customers? Is 2024, what's the picture look? I know it's crazy to say we're into April already, so we're already a quarter of the way through. How did that happen? But in terms of the wider picture for 2024, where do you guys sit, and is there optimism returning to the marketplace in general?
There's definitely optimism right now. We have a lot of projects right now being discussed with customers, and so general outlook for the next month is very positive. And also, let's say, recovering the last 4 months, the beginning of 2024, we had at the beginning of this year some kind of short-term orders. So that was very, very positive. And to see that the customers are engaging again, the customers are discussing with us again, they're talking on various topics, gives us the feelings, okay, our customers are getting back on the market, seeing what opportunities they have to maybe improve things and getting more productivity out of it. So as I said, in general, it seems positive.
Okay, well, that's certainly refreshing to hear. So, fingers crossed that's an accurate assessment as well. So, no, thanks, Damien. I appreciate that. Just before we move on to the wider Koenig and Bauer picture, I want to get into obviously some innovations and advancements with what's happening at Koenig and Bauer. But just to take things back to what we've just discussed in terms of the market slowdown, what are the reasons, do you think, behind this slowdown? It's kind of, people were expecting this to happen, but it's kind of taking the industry by surprise a little bit, the speed of which the downturn has happened. Just a little bit of commentary from your side of things about why you think that has happened within the can making sector.
It was probably a lot of single topics coming down to the situation that we have. I mean, we had the COVID situation going on for a couple of years. We had now the conflict with Ukraine and Russia. We have the recession in parts of the world. So all these single pieces led to a hesitation of the customers to invest heavily. I mean, our equipment is heavily investment equipment. So this is nothing that you just buy and see where it's going. So you consider what to invest, when to invest, because we are talking quite considerable amount of money. And because of all the things that happened in the last years, customers were a little bit hesitant to really move on with such big investments. So this was, from our point of view, it was a lot of small factors, or not really too small, but a lot of factors leading to the situation that we had in the last 2 years, basically.
And in terms of the overall sort of end consumer, is that do you think that's a factor as well, that cost of living, inflationary pressures have bitten? So ultimately, people are not spending as much on not spending as much full stop, and particularly on the canned goods. So beverage cans, for instance, is maybe seen as a luxury when times are difficult.
Yeah, depending on the area where we're talking. So for luxury goods, yeah, we definitely see some sales numbers going down for luxury goods. For closures, in particular during COVID, with the closing of restaurants and shops, we had a little downside for the closure market as well. But in general, I would say the metal packaging market is stable. We had our dip with all the conflicts and all the problems that we had in the last years, but comparing to other industries, I guess the metal packaging market did actually quite okay in a challenging environment.
We interrupt this episode for a brief segment from our sponsors, PPG.
Packaging coatings from PPG draw on our company's 140-year history of innovation. We never stop improving our solutions to meet the evolving needs of can makers and the marketplace. That spirit of innovation results in technology like the cradle-to-cradle platinum-rated PPG Innovel Pro. PPG Innovel Pro is the latest enhancement to the world's #1 non-BPA beverage can coating. It still doesn't use any bisphenol ingredients, but experienced can makers report that it now sprays like an epoxy. Follow PPG Packaging Coatings on LinkedIn or visit packagingcoatings.com to learn more about why PPG is the coatings partner for can making excellence.
No, that is interesting to hear that it seems that business in general, particularly packaging sector, has really been impacted, and that this is a solid industry, and we're kind of riding the wave as well as what can be expected. So no, I really appreciate that commentary. And just moving on to from a Koenig and Bauer perspective, it seems like you've got a couple of new exciting innovations for this year. A Malander press, I hear as well. So it'll be good to just perhaps get some an overview on what the industry can look forward to from Koenig and Bauer Metal Print for 2024 in terms of a product and technology perspective.
So recently we introduced our new Malander 283 press. So basically it's the same base that we had on our 280. What we did is that we included the Metalstar 4 printing units to our Malander press. So we have right now the same high technology platform for the printing side of things. And we also did some reworking on the sheet traveling. So what we did, we tested this successfully with custom demonstrations here in our facility, is that we could print sheets up to 0.6 millimeter thickness. So 5 kilo sheets, we are talking big, heavy sheets. So that was successful. This was really nice to see. And the feedback from customers were very, very exciting on that. So this gives us really the benefit to have the Malander press really placed as a machine for special and challenging material. If you go very thin, very light, or very thick, so the Malander can pretty much cover it all. So this is something I'm really proud of. And I guess we did a good step with our new Malander press. And I have to say, it looks kind of gorgeous.
But that's that is good to hear. And on the digital print side, it seems like you've got some exciting announcements as well. So if you can just share that with us, that it's also I'll ask for a bit of commentary on that shortly as well, about your view on the digital printing side of the industry. So yeah, you've got a couple of interesting innovations there as well.
Yes, so during MedPack, we teased a little bit our new digital solutions. So right now, we are in the phase that the prototype is getting installed in our factory in Stuttgart. It's expected to delivery to our field test customer by the end of the year. So we are on schedule here, which is actually quite good. What we did with the so-called MatJet 1 digital press is that we took a little bit of a different approach that we did in the past. So we partnered with company Durst from Austria. And what we're doing is that we take the printing machine from Durst and integrate it into our line. So the Durst machine is a standard Durst machine used in various high-end applications. And what we do is do the line integration. So feeder, stacker, sheet handling, logistics is coming from us. It's the same that we use for Metal Star, Mylander, or coating lines. So this is all technology that our customers know. And what a customer can do is he can have the digital printing machine and the line configured to his desire. So he can have sheet inspection systems. He can have inline coating with UV or UV LED. He has various sheet management modules that he can choose off, the logistics and everything. So pretty much it follows the same principle that we do on our printing presses. So we have high quality printing press and the rest can be totally customized. So this is some of the shortcomings that we found with other competitors, that they have printing machines, which were good, but the line itself is not really meant for metal. And if you handle metal sheets, it is different to handle cartons or paper. It is a much more challenging material. Every metal decorator knows that. Mm-hmm. And so this is some thing where we think we have a good argument to say this is a line with a beautiful printing machine and a complete sheet handling line, which is able to handle every metal sheet that you're handling right now. So it's really specific for the metal industry. So it's a little bit a different approach. It's also not a high-end, high investment line. This time we focused on price performance, something that we normally do not do. We are usually on the high-end side of things. So this time we took it a little bit different and have now a machine which is, I guess, for a very, very fair price point, dedicated for metal decorating, and gives a little bit the best of both worlds. So the sheet handling competence and the robustness for metal print components with a really, really powerful digital printing machine from Durst.
As a metal decorator myself, I mean, it's it's a really interesting subject matter. And could you perhaps just provide a bit of context about what the unique challenges are for printing on metal compared to other formats? It's nice for those within the industry that perhaps haven't got the expertise on the actual the metal printing side. So just a little bit commentary on that would be really interesting for us.
Yeah, with some challenges when it comes to weight. I mean, metal sheets can be pretty heavy. If you compare it to a cardboard or the paper, metal sheet can be very, very heavy. You have template or aluminium. You have much more need for air supply, airflow management to how you handle and separate sheets in the stacker. Metal sheets, pre-coated, they tend to stick a little bit together. So this is something that you do not have in carton or paper. For metal packaging, it's just what it is. This is what the industry has. And so we have a lot of challenges here on separating sheets from the stack and then to handle it. I mean, a metal sheet has very sharp edges. Metal sheet can have scroll cuts. Metal sheet can be thick or thin. So this is something where you have a lot of challenges in transporting the sheet, having the machine laid out in a way that it can handle very heavy sheet on long term. I mean, we can have a machine which lasts for 1 year and then you have to replace all the bearings and everything, because it's not meant to handle such a heavy and stiff material. And also for the stacker, I mean, stacking paper, okay, can be challenging as well, but stacking a metal sheet with 2, 3, 4 kilos with sharp edges and everything without any scratches to the sheet is a challenge. So this is some key points or some major challenges that we have in handling metal sheets in general.
No, that certainly makes sense. I know. Thanks for that, Damien. Appreciate that. And just moving things on slightly, I just want to just touch upon something that we mentioned in pre-recording, the fact that the diversity of technologies in the last 4 to 5 years has been pretty immense within the metal decorating market. So if you could just touch upon that side of things. I know efficiency savings and optimization have become increasingly important, and I'm guessing in a market that has potentially slowed down in the last couple of years, efficiency savings have become even more important as a result.
So what we're seeing right now is a huge number of new applications, technologies, materials are coming up. So let's say in the past, with a 6-color metal star UV line and a conventional coating line, you were pretty much good to go. So the configurations did not vary that much. Right now you have CFPA template, you have pre-treatment methods, UV LED, inks and coatings, you have digital printing, you have very long lines, 8, 9 colors and longer, you have combination of the lines and so on. So for our customers, it's good that they have a wide selection of options, but it's also bad for our customers because they have to choose one of them. And each individual technology has its advantages. So customers always seek for our feedback on what is the best for them. So for us, it's extremely difficult to give them the right indication because we have to know pretty much the details of every technology that we have to understand where it's suitable and where not. And we need to have the technology on hand. Because if we say to the customer, okay, UV LED coatings is for you, this works perfectly, customer expect from us a solution that he can buy. So this is for us really challenging to juggle all the balls and to be really deep into each technology and have a solution to that. But nevertheless, and this is not really a complaint, I think it's a great development that we have metal decorating, but at the end of the day, every of these technologies leads to that the metal packaging is becoming more sustainable and more efficient and lead to more productivity for our customers. And in the end, this helps the metal decorating market in general. So this is a really good development that we didn't see in that amount in the last years, let's say 5 to 10 years, but really picked up in the last 1 or 2 years. But it's, as said, it's from my point of view, a really, really good development for the whole industry.
That's great. And just to finish things off, I know any customers or potential customers, where can they reach Koenig and Bauer during the year? We've got a few trade shows on the horizon, so just a bit of an overview where can makers and your customers can get in touch with you to learn more.
Yeah, we'll be at LANX at the IMDPA in the US. So pretty much on every, let's say, major trade show for metal decorating will be there present. And obviously, you can always talk to your trustworthy sales guy from Koenig and Bauer to give you the latest feedbacks and the latest information.
Absolutely. So no, I really appreciate it, Damien, and it's always been good to catch up. So thanks very much for your time, and we'll speak to you soon.
Right. Take care, Alex. Thanks. Bye-bye.